Okay, so I just finished lighting off my fireworks. Now, full alert outside of my house in the neighborhood next over. We are at 10 p.m., so a lot of people are setting off fireworks. And this year they happen to be quite loud. I'm assuming it's because the 4th of July is on a weekend, so people are able to do this stuff. Let's go over this stuff. So, obviously, the main dish was the Tiny Titan. God, this thing is great, and I'm glad I have another one for New Year's. I really like this. Now, this tank firework, man, this thing, obviously, if you watch one of my other videos, somehow this thing kind of like started the ball rolling and lit off tons of my other fireworks. But in general, it's a good tank firework, so I'm happy with it. But man, that one tank firework literally made a pretty insane video. So I now have a kind of fondness for the TNT tank with sparks, and I'm glad I have another one. Obviously, the Killer Bee is a classic. Um, it feels like this one had louder whistles this year than I remember from last year. Last year I used a Keystone version of this, but yeah, and I think this one definitely has more bees on it than the Keystone one did. Solar Sizzle, that's another one from the assortment. These assortment fountains this year for the Phantom one were really good. And so I guess that kind of does fit the $15 value. Here's another Phantom assortment fountain, the Crackled Rubies. Here's the non-assortment Moon Dance. As I said, these are so much better than the ones you get in the assortment. As much as I love that little $10 assortment, I think it's called the Moonlight assortment or Sunlight, whatever, something like that. That's a really good assortment. It's got like 5 fountains in it. It's $10, and one of those is the Moon Dance, and it's much lighter than this one is. So this should be good. Um, Now, as I mentioned in the video when I lit off the other cone, the Lady Liberty cone, that's kind of the compatriot of this one, uh, I was kind of surprised. This had decent height for a cone of this size. It's obviously a fake cone, but I'm pretty happy with it. Um, it should be nice. And I really enjoy. Oh my God, it's an F-14. Hell yeah. I didn't notice the F-14 on this one. Oh my God. Me likey. I like the F-14. It looks strange. It kind of looks like a modernized F-14. And like, yeah, it's strange. Sorry, I got distracted by how much I like planes. I like planes. Again, we're saving e-sparklers. Again, I'm really not sure if I'm gonna light these. I'm just not sure. Because they're just so nice, so sentimental. They're from that factory in Maryland. Um, yeah, but I'll think about it for New Year's. And these are definitely, I purchased these originally from Redbeard. Again, thank you, Redbeard, for all the cool stuff. For the purpose of New Year's, because these are big sparklers and they should be very nice and very fancy. So I'm excited to light this off. My first Winda product, obviously. So now some more reviews of stuff that I lit this year for the first time. These crackling whips, again from Redbeard. Now, I personally have never bought crackling whips until this year. Maryland stands really don't carry them anymore. Um, and I was kind of surprised. I wouldn't say they're louder than crackling balls. They're like the same decibels, but it's interesting. I like them. I like them a lot. And definitely for New Year's, I'm just going to string it together and have it be a long line and maybe throw one or two of these crackling balls at different points. Um, Now, I was kind of sad. My Fiery Frog, the one I had, it kind of failed. It got a little bit of sparks, a little bit of stuff, but it really petered out, so it definitely was a dud. So I hope this one is not a dud, because I love the Fiery Frogs. Man, I love them so much. Uh, these Diablo bombers, man, if I could have like a fucking shipping crate of these things, it's great. I did 10 of these out of the 20. And those sparks, they really exist. Those titanium sparks, and they're pretty loud. It's just nice. It feels like a proper firecracker, but legal. It's great. These, I did 10 out of these. These ones I think were free from Papa Redbeard. Again, thank you so much, Redbeard. I'm going to continue to say that. Man, these things were pretty nice too. And obviously very patriotic. Happy 4th. We got this smoke that's going to be what I have with that. Yeah, if you saw my video with the red, white, and blue smoke, the first smoke I lit from that pack, the similar canister, it smoked into my face and on my phone. So I had to spend like 2 minutes cleaning red off my phone. So that was fun. Again, happy 4th of July. So yeah, this orange smoke should be nice. Again, there's all those fireworks out there. These little fireworks grenades that I went and bought at the store, at the Sky King, it's changed to something else. I think Boom Boss is the name of the location I go to now. This fuse is kind of insane. It's so thick. It's like the thickest fuse that I've ever seen on anything. But when I lit off the other one of these that I had, it was pretty good. It's pretty dense smoke for something so small. Now, okay, we've got to talk about this. So there's a story. I lit the compatriot of this, which is Roar, I believe. And boy, did it roar. Because first thing that happened was a literal explosion where the jacket of this thing shot off, rolled around and, hit the tire of my car. Everything was fine, but then the other tubes from here started doing their fountainy goodness. But that was quite a shock. It was a proper firework moment. But in general, it gave some good purple. So it really is basically a purple rain, but pretty nice. And then these 2 other box fountains from Phantom. I believe I've had Torching Volcano, if I remember. And then obviously the GOAT game mode. I did Disco Turkey, which was the other one I acquired. And man, that was also quite quality. Definitely had a lot of good noise and great color. So it's really awesome that the kind of fountains that they typically offer at grocery stores and Targets are so good, like this game mode. That's, I guess, the luck of the draw when it comes to what Maryland and other states get. I know California doesn't get the greatest fireworks selections outside of stands, but yeah, so this again is the kind of collection of stuff I have for the rest of the season. So basically, I'll light off 1 or 2 of these before New Year's, but most of this is New Year's stuff. So yeah, and I didn't even talk about the tornado spinners. These were good. These really were like the Phantom ones. The Phantom ones, I think, spun a lot more, but these gave the same noise. Which, if you've never done these, they really have a kind of an indescribable noise that I quite enjoy. And then I did these zings. They mostly stayed on the ground. One did actually get airborne, and that was kind of crazy. It was not what I was expecting. Obviously, the package says that, but most people said that they were kind of like sort of safe and sane and sort of not. I don't know. The internet is filled with a lot of misinformation. But yeah, that's what I have. So, and excess views. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great 4th, a safe 4th. I had a couple weird little moments, but other than that, it was pretty awesome. So yeah, happy 4th of July again, and I'm going to get ready to go to bed because I'm kind of tired.